Hey, champ. How you doing today? What'd you learn in school today? You doing good? Why don't you sit down with your pops at the chair? Come on, I'll meet you there. Okay, here we are, just you and me. So, how's the practice coming along? What was that? You haven't practiced today. Why not? You have all the time in the world and you haven't practiced? Okay. I'm gonna step out for a sec. I'm gonna go get some beer. You should really practice while I'm gone. I'm very disappointed in you. You wouldn't believe what I've been through. It's been 6 months. I'm back. I'm finally back. What do you mean your mother remarried? I don't know. I just wanted to get beer. Why was I gone for 6 months? Because buying this beer, I punched the clerk in the face, and I went to jail. This is my story. Okay. Is this a good joke? I don't know. What do you guys think of my acting chops? That was pretty crazy. You guys really felt like my kid there, I bet, for a little bit. My kids will have plenty of time to practice, because I've already made the decision that I'm gonna homeschool them. Not for, like, any religious reasons. You know that that's not the reasons. God, just so much time is wasted in public school, because I remember going to public school. And guess what? I didn't learn anything. The best thing I learned in public school is, like, music. But I was lucky, because I got to take a bunch of music classes. But I still learned so much more about music in college, like especially functional harmony. My kids are gonna be learning functional harmony like possibly before English. They're gonna know what soldo like is. They're gonna feel what soldo is at a very young age. They will absolutely know what that means. And I'll be home to take care of them. Like, it's not like I work or, like, go to a job or anything. Like, I just teach other kids. It's like, why wouldn't I just teach my own kids? By the way, when I was updating my resume and looking at, like, my stats for, teaching, I've logged 4,000 hours of teaching since 2020. That's pretty insane, isn't it? What does 4,000 hours of teaching do to a person? I guess I'm the result of that. Take a 22-year-old and then have them teach for 4,000 hours, and then they turn into me right now. It's not bad. I've been having fun. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna make this a talking portion. Maybe I will. Do I have something to talk about? Maybe I'll talk about my plans for my children. With my kids, and I know that I sound like an insane music freak right now, forcing music upon my kids, but music to me is just like any other subject. Like, we force math upon all kids and like any other thing. I just think music should be one of those subjects where they should get like proficient in it. Like, they should at least be as good as music as I am at like algebra, you know? Which is like not good, but like I know some rules, you know? Like, I know what's going on, sort of. And I have an idea of when I'm looking at something really advanced, I kind of know what makes it advanced, at least. It's not just, like, random scribblings. Like, I look at each part, and it's like, I don't know what that means, I don't know what that means, but I can at least identify the stuff. But I feel like most people with music, they look at, like, sheet music, and it's just like, what is this? This is nothing. This is alien script. So, like, you should at least be able to identify what you don't know. And you can say, like, that's very Western-centric, because I'm also talking about standard notation, which is Western notation. That's what I read. That's what they're gonna read. They'll read tabs, too. Whatever. They'll know how to read tab. They'll know their way around an electric guitar, I'm sure. Or whatever instrument they choose as their main. I have a feeling it might be piano, because I think piano is probably the easiest instrument for kids to start learning, and then once they're good at it, they just like it anyways, and then they'll just be pianists. That's something that I've seen, actually, like, more than once, where dad plays guitar and is, like, pretty good, and then son plays piano and is like insanely good because he got started early from his dad playing guitar. Kid plays piano first because at least they can sound a note and it's like easier to play, and then they take off with dad's foundation. It's a thing. But I'm going to encourage guitar, for sure. Like, and encourage, I mean, they're just going to see me playing guitar and they're going to think I'm awesome because I'm their dad. And then, you know, if they want to make me happy, you want to make your dad happy, right? No, I'm just kidding. You know, they might be interested for that reason. Like, that's why I was interested in guitar, because I saw, like, my brother playing guitar and then my dad playing guitar. And I was like, I want to do that. And then I got, like, competitive about it, I guess. And I wanted to get better than them. So, you know, that happens. But yeah, no, homeschool. I think homeschool is the move if you have time. Like, of course, if you have a job and you're not a guitar loser, maybe that's not the option. But man, like public school, I feel like just didn't do me that much good. Like the best thing public school had to offer me was meeting friends, because I have at least 2 lifelong friends from like public high school. But I mean, I would still take them to functions to meet people and be social, so I don't think that opportunity would be lost. You know, I see these curriculums, I feel like a lot of them could be knocked out in like 2 hours in a day. Man, you know what? I also wouldn't mind refreshing on like the grade school curriculum. It would be kind of nice to go through that in like my 40s or beyond whenever I have kids, which will probably be never based on my lifestyle, unless I screw up, unless something terrible happens. But yeah, but it'd be nice to go through all that stuff again. Probably read a few books. I imagine I'd be pretty good up until like 9th grade, and then I might start struggling then, but that's okay. I can figure it out. I understand the worry that a lot of people have about homeschooling. You have to like question, is the parent capable of teaching? But I personally feel like I am. Especially as like an educator and somebody who has like achieved proficiency in at least one subject. I feel like that carries over. I have like a persona, but I do care about academics to some degree. So I feel like my kids will be in good hands in their homeschool lifestyle that they'll have. I'm like on the dating apps. You know, I'm a single guy. I'm not ashamed of that. And I've talked to people, and I bring that up early on. I get like lukewarm responses from that. They don't like that a lot of the time. That's ended conversations more than once where I bring that up and I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. I just don't trust those schools, man. I mean, I just think back on everything. Like, so much bad stuff could have happened that like didn't, just by chance. I don't want to take that chance again. I know they're going to be good at home, chilling with dad, learning music and stuff. It's going to be epic. I wonder what the title of this one's gonna be. This one's all about parenting. I start off as a dad who's leaving to get beer. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is a practice log. If this is your first episode, post a comment if this is your first one you ever watched. And if you made it this far, like, wow, thanks. But this is a practice log. I practice classical guitar. Right now I'm working on the Morel Sonatina, and I have the whole thing, like, learned. I have movements 1 and 3 memorized, and movement 2 almost memorized, sort of, but I can play the whole thing. But I'm kind of putting that one on the back burner for now, because I'm a little burnt out with it. I've been playing it a lot. So I've moved on to a couple of easier pieces, Julia Florida, Lagrima, and Capriccio Arabe, which I know I'm using the term easier very liberally here. I know that they're still big, hard concert pieces, except maybe for Lagrima. But even Lagrima, I agree with Brandon Acker's sentiments that you ain't worth anything if you can't play Lagrima well. I'm pretty sure he said something like that, right? Just kidding. Julia Florida and Capriccio Arabe I've learned previously, like a couple of years ago. Because that's how guitar works. You kind of go through phases with everything. That's actually another talking portion I want to go into. Whenever you're learning a piece, you should understand that you are in a phase of your life at that moment. There's kind of a maximum that you can get that piece in that phase. And eventually you're going to have to leave that phase and maybe like enter a different phase, perhaps with a different piece. But then you'll revisit that piece from the previous phase in a new phase, and it's almost like nothing happened, and you just start again. And you get a whole new jump to it. And that's kind of how life goes. There's a lot of pieces that I work on now that I've worked on before, like those 2 that I mentioned. And now I'm going through them, and all the problems I used to have with them, they're just gone. I just don't have them anymore. I'm sure when I play for you now, they're going to suck, but they just feel a lot easier now, or they just feel more intuitive. It takes many phases to achieve greatness. There's always another practice log, there's always another phase. You can take that to the bank. What do you think of that, huh? Let's go to the piano bench now. I think I'm done talking. I should practice. I'll see you there. Hey, champ. If you want me to be proud of you, go ahead and smash the like button. Let me get my sleeve. Okay, let me get my pillow. I just want you guys to know that I am never gonna run out of ideas. Never ever. Because guess what? I'm the king of making stuff up. That's what this is. I made all this up. Yeah, I'm gonna work with my fun pieces. I think Capriccio Arabe is gonna be the first one, because I read through Julia Florida today. In the Discord. In the practice room Discord. Were you there? Alright, well, I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I think I'm done. I haven't practiced for like that long. My dad would be disappointed in the amount of time I practiced here, but it's okay. I played through the Morel Sonatina, like movements 1 and 3. I didn't even look at movement 2. I played through movement 2 so much recently though that I feel like I can like see the sheet music in my mind right now. I don't even have to play it. But yeah, let me bring you closer. I've been working on Julia Florida. I worked on it earlier today, and I worked on it for like 30-ish minutes today. Or, I mean, just now. So I'm just gonna piddle my way through that. I'm gonna try to do the whole thing. Put on a little show for you. This is the worst it'll ever be. My AC turned on. It hasn't turned off yet. I'm so sorry. That made it suck. Yeah, that middle section, give me like 25 more minutes on that, and it should be okay. Wow, I'm coming off kind of cocky right now. I mean, it felt good. I had fun playing it. Did I play it skillfully? I appreciate that I was like kind of in the zone for that, and I was pretty present for it, despite having 1.2 like pretty strong beers. Those are 9.5% alcohol. So that's good. I think I'm going to keep practicing after this practice log, because it kind of felt good. I kind of want to just run through that again. I think I've said enough today. This has been a wacky episode. I've done a couple of wacky ones in a row. I feel like things have been kind of weird. I hope you're able to hear the last harmonics with the AC blowing like I'm in a hurricane. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'll see you in the outro. Hey, well, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed all this. Hope you're enjoying the show, the practice show. Hey, want some guitar lessons? I offer those. Just send me an email. I'll give you some guitar lessons. What else do we have? Join the Discord. The Discord's pretty cool. You got any comment questions? Feel free to leave those and I'll answer them in the chair. I do that sometimes. Like imagine what I did today, but if you actually asked me about that, because nobody asked me about what I talked about today. Alright, I think that's it. I'm feeling pretty tired. It's 11:30. I think I might edit a little bit. Maybe I don't know, make a Beyond Burger, perhaps. Maybe take a cold shower. Oh, God. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you tomorrow.